Mostly been a story, probably this calendar year really, 2024. They've been in ridiculous form. Started the calendar year, third bottom of League Two, and the run they've been on is just ridiculous. It just says everything you need to know about this country and the rich reserves I suppose we've got in terms of well-supported clubs.
Doncaster Rovers today for League 2 action between Donny and Notts County. Really interesting game. This is the next episode of Exploring Football. Doncaster have been on a ridiculous rise over the last year. Get more into that inside this year. Media suite. Before the game, looking forward to it. It's going to be really good to be here and witness what happens at Doncaster, because last year they were really in a relegation battle in December 2023. Suddenly, nearly a year on, statistically the second best team in the country. Only Manchester City performed better in their relative league in between now and then, and that really shows how well Grant McCann's done. The best team in League 2 in the last 11 months, and they're up against a really good Notts County side who've started the season really well as well. It's going to be a really interesting game. This is why I wanted to come all the way down to League 2, because this is a setup for, I know Doncaster have been in the Championship in it before, but this is a really good setup. It shows the depth of the Football League in England, it shows the depth of the football pyramid, and it shows that every club and every town and every city has a community to come and watch, and the people of Doncaster have got a real treat to come here and watch this team. They're doing so well.
It's mostly been a story, probably this calendar year really, 2024. They've been in ridiculous form. They started the calendar year, third bottom of League Two. There was a game down at Sutton where they drew last minute, and since then the run they've been on is just ridiculous. They won 10 on the spin last season to get into contention for the playoffs, just fell short of the playoffs, but the momentum from last year has been carried on. Grant McCann said he wanted to win the title quite boldly after they lost in the playoffs, and I think that helped really, attracting players and also the mindset, creating that winning mentality and that thirst and hunger to go after promotion after coming so close last season. So yeah, so far so good, but obviously a big test against another decent team today. Grant McCann coming back, he'd won League 1 2 seasons prior, so his stock was really high, obviously his second spell here, but yeah, they were nowhere near where they should have been December, January time. It's a strange one because they finished 5th, but on the whole, it was such a season of two halves. You'll struggle to find a club that goes through a run like that, so poor first half and then just flipped it on its head second half. So I think hopefully more consistent this season. It'll be a really good test. They're bringing a good following. These are the games you want. Both clubs will want promotion. They'll want 10,000 plus crowds, which is not the norm here usually. A lot of times this season the away end's been sparse, if used at all. They've kind of shelved fans in the away end to the right, so you want to come out and look and see a full house, and these are the occasions that they need to get up for. You've got Bradford in this league, 25,000 seat stadium. You've got Notts County, big club, big support. Doncaster's grounds, 15,000. It's unheralded, isn't it? I mean, in any other country, you can't imagine a German 4th tier game having this much interest, this much fan attendance. It just says everything you need to know about this country and the rich reserves I suppose we've got in terms of well-supported clubs.
full time here at Doncaster Rovers. 1-1 against Notts County. And it was a game that really delivered on what it promised. Two top teams in this division really going head to head. Notts County took the lead early on and fully deserved to lead at half time. They were the better team, they played really good football second half. Grant McCann's words really had an impact on Doncaster and what they came out to do, and they had plenty of chances to win it after equalising through Joe Ironside with about 20 minutes to go. It's more about what I'm taking from this day today. What is League Two really like? And this is kind of what the whole point of exploring football is about. Every club, every town has a community and a club to come and follow and watch and get behind. And the atmosphere here was absolutely incredible. There were pyros in the away end, just over my shoulder over there when Notts County scored, which is against the rules. But both ends had drums, and that might sound quite tin pot to a lot of Premier League fans, but actually the way it kind of sounded and the way it reacted, it was a throwback. This is what football used to be like. It really is. And as I say, Doncaster coming to this game, as Ricky said, with the form that they've had, 2024 has been ridiculous. They've gone from the brink of a relegation battle in December 2023 all the way into the playoffs last year, and now Grant McCann's targeting the title. Off the back of that performance, it was a really, really strong one, and they should be confident of really pushing at the top this season. Notts County play some really good football under Stuart Maynard. They've obviously had a difficult season last year. They come through it, and they look like they could be up there as well. This was two really good sides, and it was a really, really good game, but it was a throwback. Noise was like it was sort of at the turn of the century when I was first going to football matches. It just reminded me a lot more of sort of it was really sort of lower league in a really great way. And I think that Doncaster, as I say, the fact that they've come through what they have in the last year to achieve what they have is really, really impressive. And as I say, this is a League Two stadium. Yeah, it shows so much about the depth of this pyramid and the depth of English football, that this is where we are for a League Two game, and that was the quality that we saw. I mean, as I say, just came here to experience what it was like, tell the story of Doncaster Rovers and what they've achieved in the last year is absolutely remarkable. To go from where they were struggling and on the brink of National League, and this would have been a hell of a stadium to be watching a National League game in. Only Manchester City have performed better, and you can tell why. I mean, Luke Molineux is their star man. He had a difficult game today. Joe Ironside, who any Newcastle fans who are watching, he's the guy who scored the goal for Cambridge in the FA Cup a couple of years ago that knocked Newcastle out of the third round at St James's Park. It was such a great advert for the fourth tier in English football. You wouldn't get this anywhere else in Europe. If you look at Italian football, this level is sort of lower. You wouldn't even get this in lower Serie B, high Serie C. You wouldn't get this at the fourth division of Germany. As I said, when I went to Schalke, which is kind of the basis of why I'm doing this whole thing, was going there and experiencing that. To be there that day and the brink of them going into the regional leagues in Germany, it wouldn't have been anything like this. The noise here, the quality on the pitch, particularly in the first half, it dwindled a little bit later as the match went on. But look at the pitch. I mean, it's absolutely immaculate. This is League Two. It's so incredible. And yeah, I think this has been a great example of why Doncaster are the way they are, and they'll be on the up, and I think they could be very much in that picture for the top of League Two, could be pushing towards League One. Grant McCann wants to take everything a step at a time, as Ricky said earlier. But yeah, really, really good performance today, really good game, and this is why I want to showcase English football and European football in maybe places that you're not aware of, and maybe you have preconceptions of, because I certainly did, of League Two. This is not the setting that I imagined. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode of Exploring Football. Like, share and subscribe for the next episode. I'll be at the City Ground tomorrow for Nottingham Forest against Newcastle United. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.